Okay. All right. Well, let's do our check-ins first, and then we'll do our meditation this time around. I don't know, Jade, I'm excited to hear how your days off have been.
Oh, right.
Oh, it was the best.
Oh,
It was
good.
so great. Yeah, I popped into my the business, I think maybe twice, just to like snoop and make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
But I did really great. I'm not upset about that, but no, it was great. Like I just built so much presence. I've been drinking the lemon water since our last call, and that's made a big, I don't know what it is, like those small things just make a big difference. So I've committed to my 10 non-negotiables every day. And that's
Wow.
wonderful. Yeah, so I'm excited to continue that. Yeah,
That's huge. 10?
Yeah,
I'm trying to
it is,
I commit to like 1 or 2 and I'm thinking it's a win.
it is a win. What can you share? What some of those are?
Yeah.
Some of them are really easy just to make it easy, but let me open up my thing. Well, I did a challenge called 75 Hard. I'm not sure if you've heard of that challenge.
Yeah,
No.
I have.
Right? So the 75 Hard challenge is by, I can't remember who it's even by. It's a really tough guy, but it's this idea that you can build a mental challenge by doing this, and it's 2 45-minute workouts a day.
Wow.
One has to be outside no matter what the weather is. And then you have to drink, I think it's 4 liters of water. There's just a whole bunch to those are the two main pieces to it, but you have to stick to a diet plan. It can be whatever diet plan you want. Like,
did you do that online, or you did it like in person with people, or what?
I just did it by myself. I'd heard of other people doing it. I had just gone through a separation and had my baby. I think she was 7 months old, 6 months old, and I just decided this was something to do for me. But I did that, and it was a hard focus every day. Like there were so many things you had to do. You had to do certain things towards your goals. And then I just completely plummeted after. I didn't use it as like a level. So doing these 10 things feels good, but just taking my supplements and my vitamins in the morning, my iron levels are really low, drinking that morning glass of water, just doing anything for my self-care at all. So whatever I feel like that day, getting outside, even if it's only for 2 minutes in the winter, just something, because I sometimes get trapped into the house. Just doing something to do with my net worth or my money, just like looking at it or investing or just something so it doesn't get away from me. Being really present and focused during bedtime with my kids, gratitude practice, just things like that. And the gratitude could be, if it's a hard day or a long day, it could just be quickly naming 3 things. And other days I might write in my journal the whole thing, right? So it's lots of flexibility to mindfulness practices one too, right? So yeah, the 9 days was a great reset, and it was, so I'm thrilled to be back and excited, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Did you do some day trips then? You were going to take some day trips with your kids?
Yeah, we spent a whole day at the zoo, like 7 hours. We did another day. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, just taking your sweet time, right? And I just really being really present, and I just really noticed like how many people are like rushing, it's like hurry up to the next thing, like no one. But because I wasn't in a hurry, it was like, yeah, we can stay at the park here for a whole hour, like, whatever, just really being present with that. We went camping, which had a beach and whatnot. And we did have one day, I did listen to Kim. I did have like almost 2 days where I did nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had barbecues outside, I went paddle boarding as well. So just really nice being present. I really absorb the things that Kim is saying when I'm working with her and listening, and it makes a big difference. The presence really does. Even just being at the zoo, noticing things, usually you're on your phone too, or you're just trying to hurry. And, just that one day alone I just saw and observed so much with my kids. And my youngest, she's only 19 months old, but she fell in love with a bison. Like, I don't know why. Fun animals, but because I was present and enjoying it, we got to just sit there and just be for 20 25 minutes. She was just talking to him and just sitting, and just like he wasn't doing anything. He was awake but wasn't moving. So I don't know what it was, but he was close to the fence, so I don't know if that's what it was. But she was just really enjoying it. I got to just sit and watch her. Yeah, just watch her be enamored, and to watch her, are not full words, but just trying to really express her in there. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm on fire. I'm doing great. It was a great reset. So it's a good reminder to do it, maybe a few times a year, I think would be nice.
Yeah. Well, someone told me that every quarter there should be a reset of some sort. So every 4 months you should, or every 3 months you should have a reset. So yeah. Oh, I'm so happy that you had a good break, and you should look up what the bison is as a spirit animal to see what message it maybe.
Ah,
Like, I'm feeling like there was a message there for your daughter. So
Yeah.
interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I'll have to do that because she was very in love with him. And we had a great day. All the animals were awake. The penguins were like splashing us, and the cougars were awake, and the wolves were running. Like, so many animals were actually active and awake. But yeah, this bison was her thing.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. All right, who's next? Who has a check-in? Some wins.
Well, I can go, but Jade, you've absolutely inspired me. I've never called them non-negotiables every day, but I have been on my fridge. I've got stickies everywhere now, the breathe and the drink water. And so I'm trying to just, as soon as I get up in the morning, before I do anything else, I go and drink a huge glass of water. So at least I get like 4 8-ounces out of the way right out of the gate, because I have been noticing I'm not drinking enough water, and because I haven't been working out like I normally do. So and I know it's on my list from last week, workout, and it's still on the list. I did receive the Zoom meeting from Suzanne's class, but it went into my spam folder, and I didn't know that until last night, because I said I never received that invite when we were talking during your live thing, and when we were chatting on Skype or on Messenger. But I did, one thing I have been doing, I'm still continuing to meditate, which makes a huge difference to my crazy mind. And I think it's really helping me professionally as well, because I'm not so reactive, which is all part of my personality, is just being so reactive. And I hate that. So I've been, before I do a meeting, I'll even do 5-minute meditation. It calms me down. And when I feel anxious, I'll even do 1 minute, because it seems to really help my anxiety, as well as, how I'm, addressing situations at work, because I can see it starting to get stressful again with September around the corner, and all the Italians are now back at work. So, and they're all crazy and nuts. So I think that's really going to help me this winter. And what I am doing that we talked about last week is I'm saying something positive to myself every time I walk by a mirror now. I am enough, or I am, just something, because I do have a low self-esteem and a bad opinion of myself. So I am trying to, even when I wake up in the morning and your hair's everywhere and you're looking like a skank monster, I'm like, you're enough. You're enough. You're smart.
I love it.
So I'm trying that. But other than that, that's really all I've done this week.
Okay, don't diminish it.
I know, it's only with me.
You're gonna be
baby
like
steps with me.
Yeah. Well, baby steps is all of us, right? And so
yeah.
It is like, I have, like, just like Al or Jade just put, you're a rock star. You need to be like, I am rocking it. Look at everything that I have learned.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's awesome.
You're right. You're right. I feel like I've come a long way since I started your program.
Oh my gosh. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or creating like a meditation practice like that, Allison, in today's world, like that is powerful stuff right there.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And hey, I never thought I would be able to meditate,
right?
Because I'm so crazy, ADD. And if I can meditate, it's anything, everybody can.
Yeah, and everyone can, you're right. But the benefits
Yeah.
is just like, it just, makes my heart so full when every time you're like, how much it has changed you. And
It really has. And
yeah.
it's nuts that I didn't do this years ago. I'm that's the only thing I have a regret about, is that I can see how it really would have helped me professionally and personally if I had been doing this for years and years. But
Yeah.
anyway, better late than never, as I always say.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Dodie, how are you feeling this week with
Hi.
you have no children to send off to school this year?
Oh,
Wow. This is my first day of school with no kids going to school. So I have one at home though. They don't start college till after the long weekend. Like even one of them is the 8th. So they're so lucky they get a way extended holiday compared
nice.
to the students in school. So they haven't started yet, but it's very exciting. And I kind of want to bring with me how you mentioned, Allison, like it's kind of bittersweet how you just seem, for me, I just seem to, summer's so busy because we're on a ranch, but yet the time seems like a little less structured. So I want to just carry that a little bit into fall. And even like I'm even aware from the last year and a half, I don't have to do everything that's going on. So it's kind of like, I kind of like you said, to really pick, like I'm starting to think about really guarding some time for, I've started yoga again this week, like at home, because I did a really big hike with a group of ladies, and they're all like 10 years older than me, and they totally kick my butt and leave me behind. And and so it's like, okay, they're my inspiration, like to keep. And so I was very sore after this kind of mountainous hike. So then I started yoga the next day, and then the next day. And so I'm really wanting to, like, I'm really doing, and the nature, I missed last time you gathered, but the time before we were really talking about like guarding some time, like just to get outside, whether it's looking at the stars or whether it's first thing in the morning, like breathing some fresh air. And so I've been really focusing on that. And since we met, I've been focusing on, I've been a person who maybe I've let people in my life cross my boundaries, and I'm just starting to be a little more clear with some boundaries. And last week I had a person I care about really talking about someone else I care about in my family, and at first I was supportive and just listened, and then I said, I'm really uncomfortable, spending this time talking about this person who's not here. And so I felt really good to speak up about it, because if we have something to say about that person should be there. So that was kind of uncomfortable, but yet I was really proud of myself for. So I'm just kind of moving forward into fall, kind of setting some of my boundaries with kind of some family members and some family dynamics in my life. So, and then I missed last week because I got to the lake at Brooks that we go to, my family. It's called Lake Newell, and my sister was there, and her husband, and my sister was on holidays for a week. I stayed, I actually had 2 days, just my dog and I, and it was really wonderful. And then my sister came. So that was my holiday last week. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that whole boundaries thing can be really empowering, right? In that, and that's living by our values and, you know, being true to ourselves, because there's so many times where in our head, it's like, oh, I don't really like that, but am I going to say something? You know, I don't want to be awkward or whatever goes through our head. So anyway, yeah, pat yourself on the back for listening to what your inner voice and what you believe. So, and I am glad that you got away and
And
had
it
a
can be
little fun.
difficult. Yeah. It can
Yeah.
be difficult when it's a family member because, you know, and who is old, my elder. And, but you know, I think we grow
How
up
did they
and
react? How did they react to you, you know, saying something, which sounds like it's unusual for you to do that?
yeah, she just kind of reflected, which was a big step for her. I'm just so frustrated. So that was, you know, I think kind of stopping it, you know, kind of helped her realize, like, I'm just so frustrated. And then it switched to, well, we can support you when you're frustrated instead of talking about each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, for sure.
And now that I'm older and an adult, I'm kind of noticing it's in my family, and we have some succession things going on with my mom, and you know, she's making some changes as she's getting to be, she's a senior, and I think it's just like the awareness now, like Allison, you said, like how once you have some knowledge, like, you know, I think it really stands out. Like I'm like, I'm not going to talk about my family members with the other family members.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
beautiful. Thanks.
There's my boundary I'm kind of moving forward with. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. All of this is hard. It takes awareness too, right? And I mean, that's why we're doing all of this, so that we can have that awareness to make the decisions that we want to make and the choices that we want to make. So beautiful. Okay, let's get comfy and do just a little grounding, a little meditation. Am I freezing up for you guys? Can you guys hear me?
I was just going to ask if it was happening to the other girls. Yes, you are freezing up for me. And, you know, and then you get kind of pixelated. Maybe you want to turn your camera off and see if that works better.
Okay. How about other girls?
Is it happening to you guys?
Yes. Kind of like
Yes.
and for a little bit when you were speaking to me, it was like in slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Jade is completely frozen on my screen right now. So
oh, is she?
That's funny because you're frozen on mine, Kim.
Yeah. Okay. I knew there was something. I'm like, why is this not working? Okay. I'll stop my video and
see if it was maybe my internet, and I wasn't going to say anything unless it.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You'd think all the kids are home.
As soon as you stop the video, I heard you again.
Okay. Drives me crazy. All right. Okay, well, just get comfy. And I'm going to do a reading with you from the book called Journey to the Heart. And it's today's reading, meant for today, August 31st. And yeah, I loved it when I read it. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to read this to you guys. So just close your eyes. If you're able to plant your feet on the floor, you can do that. If not, just feel your bottom on the ground, whatever you're sitting on. And just take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just be aware of how these words that I'm going to read to you, how your body, how your mind, how your feelings react, and what comes up for you. Service. Gentle service that comes from the heart. That's the theme, the rhythm of life, work, love. See the trees, the grass, the flowers, the mountains, the ocean. Look and really see. See how effortlessly they serve. Their very life is service. Know that your life too is service. Let service arise naturally from your life. Commit to your growth, to loving yourself and following your heart. Commit to joy, passion, gratitude for your life and all your lessons. Commit to honesty, honestly sharing and expressing who you are, what you feel, what you are going through. Don't worry about what you will do to serve. Focus instead on loving yourself. Let your service arise from that. Let your service arise from that. Acts that spring from desire, joy, and inspiration. Cherish your life. It's a gift not just to yourself, but to others, to the entire universe. Each star shines its light down from the heavens, making up the twinkling galaxy of the Milky Way. Each star is important and serves by playing its part, naturally, gently, by being what it is. You too have a part to play in the universe. Your part is to serve others by being yourself. Service is your path. Let service spring gently, naturally from who you are. Radiate your gifts to the world by loving and sharing yourself. Okay, and take a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Okay. Okay. So let's see, Allison and Jade, you can, if you want to turn on your camera, let's try it. I'll leave mine off for a little bit. See if it works that way. If not, just let me know. Anything from that come up for you at all? No?
So one thing that resonated with me, the part that said, cherish your life.
Mm-hmm.
That really resonated with me because it's easy to forget in, you know, the biz. I don't know. I think right now it's such a transition time of like, we, you know, our last year and a half, now things are kind of like looking, well, I don't want to use the word normal, but it's kind of a time of, oh, how does this all work? And, and I think, yeah, that just stood out for me, to cherish your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay. Anything? So I thought you know, it's fall. Like we've said, at the beginning, it is the end of August. We're starting a new month. We have 4 months left in the year. And sometimes it's good to kind of just reevaluate what our goals are. How do we want to finish the year off? And how do we want to feel? And I think the feelings for me is the biggest thing, right? Do we want to feel more peace, more happiness, more joy, whatever it is for you? So I would like you right now just to think about, what would you want to feel more of to end off this year?
Well, I know myself personally, I want to feel more joy and happiness. It has been a long 18 months now, and especially like I live alone. So I get emotional when I talk about this, but I'm not feeling sorry for myself, just so you know. And I just don't feel like I have enough joy in my life. So that is what I want to focus on, is getting more joy in my life. And I'm not sure how to do that, but it's what I'm going to try to focus on.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
that's it.
Yep. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's just really important to know, you know, what we do want more of,
Yeah.
right?
Right. And I did make joy my word this year. My word this year
okay.
is joy. So but again, it's still been isolating. And then I see that, you know, with the Delta variant, again, like I thought all my travel was going to pick up in September. Well, they just canceled another major show that I was going to. So I mean, the disappointment is real. You know, I thrive on that type of an environment. So it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. Okay, so
All right.
joy is yours. Anyone else? What do you want to have more of?
For me, I think it's presence, which I've already started to do.
Yep.
But I think I'm using presence as like a way to find like stability and control, right? Because it's all I can do. I don't have a lot of faith that we're coming out of this yet. This whole 18 months, you know, people keep talking about like the past 18 months. It's a very common terminology, but I just don't think it. I don't think it is the past. You know, I don't think it's gone.
Yeah.
So the presence just brings me so much stability, because it's like, you know, when you're focused on exactly what you're doing and who you're with, like nothing else really matters at that moment, right? So that's what I want, is just more and more presence, which kind of naturally brings stability and peace.
Love it. Perfect.
Well, that's probably something I should practice as well, because, you know, that's where you don't get the joy, is because you start worrying and thinking ahead and woulda, shoulda, coulda, and behind you. So just staying in the present is really good advice. I'm going to try that myself, because I struggle with that.
For sure. And just to remember that it all connects, right? Because it's a cyclical. So if you're feeling joy, you're in the moment also, right? So they're both connected. When you feel joy, it is one emotion that you feel. You cannot feel any other emotion at that time. So
Light bulb went off moment.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So don't, you know,
Can you
don't,
say that again, Kim? Can you say that again? When you're feeling joy.
when you're feeling joy, you can feel no other emotion. So when you're feeling joy, you can't feel sadness at that exact moment. When you're feeling joy, you can't feel lonely at that moment. Maybe 10 seconds later you will, but in that moment of joy, yeah, you can't feel anything else. So, and so the joy and the presence are connected. So you don't have to look for both. If joy is what you want to attract, then those are the words you use, right? Jade wants to attract presence and stability, then those are her words. So, Dodie, how about you?
I want, in my life, I need, something like, I'm really noticing I need something to look forward to. Like, so I'm going to be the, the driver of planning that for myself, something to look forward to, whether like it's lunch with someone or whether it's walking our dogs, or like, I just notice I need something to look forward to. And so that's what I'm gonna focus on.
And what emotion does that bring you?
Like excitement.
Yep.
And honestly, like when I look forward to something, it kind of motivates me in the areas of my life maybe that are more work related.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
think it heightens, like I guess I would call it like my vibration or my energy, or when I have something to look forward to, like
Absolutely. So yeah, so
maybe lunch with a friend, or
yes. So those LFTs for sure. So you can write that down, but you also use the words excitement, because we want to connect to an emotion, right? That emotion of what we feel when we're looking forward to something.
Okay.
So the key to feeling those emotions is to stop feeling the opposite. So if we're not, so for me, my key to feeling right now is feeling peace, ease, flow, right? Is to stop feeling and choosing overwhelm or anxiety. And yeah, it's not as simple. It doesn't feel as simple as that. But the more we choose those emotions that we want to feel, the more they come to us. And we actually have control over that. So, so if I give you an example of my daughter today, going to school, grade 10, she didn't have a good year last year. So, she's kind of she's a half empty glass right now person. But I think it's also because she's a 15-year-old female, but she just, she got out of the car, she had a smile on her face, and she goes, I'm going to try my best to have a good day. And I said, perfect, right? She didn't get out saying, I'm scared for today, I'm worried, which I know she was, right? But it was just like, let's switch it. Because if we say we're scared and worried out loud, at that moment, that's what we're going to focus on. So we need to focus on, I'm making this the best day I can. And a lot of times we want to wait. So right now, all of us, we could say, well, I'll feel good, I'll feel joy, I'll feel peace when COVID is over. I'll feel it when I lose more weight. I'll feel good when, my bank account has more money in it. I'll feel good when I sell my house, whatever. But every time we do that, we have wasted time when we could have been feeling that emotion we wanted to feel, right? And so it is not the outcome that's going to make us feel better. It's us choosing how we want to feel. So a lot of times we have to, can you guys still hear me? Because some of you are frozen, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So a lot of times we realize that we're out of alignment. That means our energy isn't feeling, the way we want. So we need awareness and acknowledgement. And so this was mine today. So I recognize I'm out of alignment with working with ease and flow. I have not been feeling that. I haven't been feeling that everything's easy and that I'm in the flow. So I'm just going to type this in the chat so you can fill it in and write it out yourself. So you write down, I recognize I am out of alignment with ... whatever it is. And so that can be your word, or that, you know, I recognize I'm out of alignment with having excitement, with having things to look forward to. I realize I'm out of alignment with attracting more joy. Okay? I realize I'm out of alignment when I'm not present and in the moment, however you want to word it. And then from there, I choose, when you're feeling it, I choose to release the outcome and feel good now, feel joy now, whatever that might be. And then thank you, universe, for guiding me. So I recognize I'm out of alignment with whatever it is. I choose to release the outcome and feel good, feel at peace, feel joy now. Thank you, universe, for guiding me. It is releasing and allowing the universe to help and support you. And it's helping you in that decision. You have made that decision. So if you want more of that feeling, think of a time when you have felt that. So Allison, I want you to think of a time when you truly felt joy. Dodie, think of a time of something that you were so looking forward to and feel that feeling. And Jade, think of a time when you were present. I mean, right now I think of, you know, being with the bison and watching your daughter, right? But you pick something when you were feeling present. And once you have that time, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to feel how your body feels, the emotion. How does your body feel when you were in that moment? Because what we want to attract is we want to attract that feeling, right? It doesn't matter what brings us peace or what brings us joy. We want to focus on that feeling because that changes the vibration and we actually then attract that to us. And then I'm going to have you write down an affirmation for yourself when you're ready. And I will give you an example. Yours can be anything. Mine is, I choose to feel good now. I live my life with ease and flow and welcome abundance. I live my life with ease and flow and welcome abundance. It has to feel good to you what your affirmation is, but it needs to be about what you want more of. Okay? So I welcome more joy to my life. It can be as simple as that. So I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to think about that and write something down. Hey, and when you have it, if you want to share, that'd be awesome.
I wrote that peace and abundance find me through presence. I live my life fully present.
Nice. Beautiful.
Well, mine's not quite as eloquent as Jade's, but I mean, I welcome more joy and abundance in my life.
Yes,
And that's it.
that's perfect, Allison. There's no better, right? Like that's perfect.
I said, I live my life with ease and flow and welcome peace and relaxation.
Nice. Okay. So this is your, and of course, this affirmation can change no matter what you're feeling you need more of in your life, right? But I would suggest this is another sticky on your fridge, Allison. I actually this morning put it as a new wallflower or wallpaper on my phone, wrote it out, and so that I can read it, so that, you know, when we're walking by, we're continuously reminding ourselves, and then we remember that feeling, that emotion, how our body feels, that joy, whatever it is, while we are saying it. And yes, we will be taking action after, but right now we have to be able to switch our mindset to welcoming it and not focusing on what we don't have. So how does that feel? Are there questions? How does that resonate with you?
It feels like a
I
relief.
like it.
Yeah. Relief is a great word. And the reason you're feeling relief is because you've actually taken it off your shoulders and you've put it to the universe. You've released it. And that makes us feel relief that, oh, I don't have to do this on my own. And that also, I can do this. I can attract this. If this is what I want, this is what I'm going to get.
I like that.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm just going to say your name, and I want you to say your affirmation one more time out loud to all of us. Okay. So Dodie, go ahead.
I live my life with ease and flow and welcome relaxation and peace.
Jade.
Peace and abundance find me through presence. I live my life fully present.
Allison.
I welcome more joy and abundance in my life.
And so it is. Beautiful, ladies. Good job. Beautiful. Okay. Any questions, comments? Yeah. If not, I was thinking I would draw you a card from my new Divine Feminine Oracle, if you would like.
Ah, nice.
So
I
this
would love that.
This deck of cards is based on, what I love about it is it's based on feminine leaders throughout every culture, every mythology, every religion. Okay, so there
Wow.
is there's people from, I just wanted to list some of them off here. There's mystics, there's saints, you know, within the Christian, poets, priestesses, cross-dressers, trailblazers, and one says holy troublemakers, which I loved. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, there's people from the Hindu, there's people from the Egyptian mythology, anyhow, Christian visionaries, there's just everything. So I love that it's just so many women that have made an impact, or their story has made an impact. So that's what I'd love to, and I don't really, I'll read to you what the card means because I don't know these
Are they,
women.
did you say there was a divine feminine oracle?
Yeah, yes,
Oh, I see them now. Yeah, I want to get those. Those sound nice.
I know, right? Okay, so who wants to go first? Just say your, and I'll know who I'm picking for.
Allison.
Okay. Okay, you got the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the
Oh.
Hermits, and I'll read about her in a second. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Can you see it here?
You don't have your camera on.
Oh. Yes. Okay, start video.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay.
Those are nice cards.
Okay, so let me read it to you. Okay. She represents the power we all have to emerge from the darkness transformed. I'm not going to read you her whole history, but I'm going to read you when your soul selects her card. For millennia, the body, the earth, all forms of matter have been devalued and misunderstood. The dark has been so vilified, yet all life emerges from the pitch black womb. The darkness is potential. It's the crucial and elemental stage we must all go through to create new or more life. The Black Madonna is the emblem of deep wisdom, the profound consciousness that is inherent in all things. All living and created things are energy. The body has wisdom. The earth has wisdom. And the pain we experience as humans contains deep wisdom. When we are in the fires of suffering, it can be difficult to trust that gold is being forged. It can be hard to trust when we are in terrific pain that there is a process at work that will make us more authentic, more alive, and infinitely freer. It can be almost impossible to accept or notice the presence of the divine when we are at our most human. The Black Madonna is the cauldron that holds us steadfastly as we endure the alchemy of integrating more soul into our existence. She is the promise that what doesn't survive the fires of suffering was never meant for us. And she is the presence that is there with us, even when we might feel the most alone, reminding us that there is no darkness we can enter without being met by love.
All right.
How does that feel?
Well, feels like I have to go through a lot of pain and suffering to make my transformation.
No. It means pain and suffering can mean anything, right? So right now, with you not feeling enough joy, that's pain and suffering, right? It doesn't have to be
Okay.
massive pain. It just means when you are in down times that if we want more of something, just because you might feel like there's not enough joy, joy is the light, right? So we're just starting a bit in the darkness and then we're choosing the light.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I like how it said, Kim, how the dark, like, so how we interpret that darkness is really vilified. I think that was really neat. And where it said darkness has potential, that's where potential
Right.
lies. That struck me.
True enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when we're sitting in dark, looking up at a dark sky with stars, we see vastness, right? I don't see
Right.
pain and suffering when I look up at the dark sky.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, Dodie.
Okay. Okay, yours is Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves.
Mm.
Okay, so what is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about the strength we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Parvati is about the divine feminine potency of being a calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. Transformation with this goddess calls for a softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this relationship, this friend, this child or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. Devotion brings us home to the point and purpose of every relationship, love. A love that can never leave and that, like a mountain, can never move. A love that evolves the soul, sorry. So letting devotion inhabit us in moments when our ego is typically fled infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. So again, it is making that choice. It's softening in the hard moments, focusing on love, the feeling of love, even in the hard times and the hard relationships.
I like that.
Excellent. All right.
I'm so
Jay.
visual. I like the unfolding of the fist.
Right? Yeah, totally. You can totally feel that.
Like when you feel that way, that's exactly how you feel.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Enheduanna. The high
She's
priest.
pretty.
I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Okay. Over 4,000 years ago, the high priestess, this lady, wrote in The Exaltation of Inanna, "Most precious lady, beloved by An, your holy heart is great." And in the Sumerian temple hymns, whatever enters you is unequaled, whatever leaves endures. She is the limitless love and the inexhaustible power that moves through us when we merge with the soul. We each have a personal myth. We each have a personal deity who inspires and compels us to bring heaven right here on earth by moving us with the fierce convictions that we're divinely led. She encourages us to integrate our light and our dark, to bring our unconscious aspect of self into consciousness. The high priestess is often described as the guardian of the unconscious. She is that aspect in all of us that holds the veil of awareness that separates us from our inner depths. She is about merging the awareness of our souls and all the love and power it gives us with our individual personality or ego. She wants you to live and breathe your soul. She wants you to become so intimate with it that there is no longer any separation, and there are no more excuses or apologies for how powerful you are. You are the high priestess. You are this eternal, she whispers. Your holy heart is this legendary. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. And so really your goal of being more present to me just totally connects with this card. And right, the more that we get to know ourselves and the more we accept and love ourselves, the better everything around us is. these cards aren't necessarily, I wouldn't do a big reading for tons of people because you almost want to read it over and over again because sometimes the words I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty deep. Jade, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time I was like, yeah, that's what it feels like when I'm present. So
Okay.
yeah, it feels like I'm one. And yeah, even when you asked me to think about when I was present, I was like, instant I could breathe better. Like everything just
Yes.
like aligns. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've written down a couple of Kim Duchesne quotes today.
Me
Good little
too.
nuggets here.
Good.
Words to live by.
Perfect. All right. Any questions, comments? Oh,
And will you send those to us so we can read them again?
I can. I'll send them through Messenger. I'll just take a picture of them for you.
Okay.
Oh, if I
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I hope that you have a great
So,
week.
Kim, just a quick question about last night because it was so frozen up for the most part for me. So I missed what these deals are or where I go to find them. She did ask me to be her friend, but then she already has too many friends on Facebook. So I'm not really sure how to access whatever deals it was associated with the party.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Just hold on 1 second on that. I just wanted to remind everyone also that next on Friday is Fascinating Female Friday with Sylvia Leral, my coach. Right. So just a quick reminder for that. Okay. I'm going
gonna put that on my
to
calendar.
stop the recording.